good to this mashal, it will change your life. Guaranteed. Okay? There was once a carpenter, a very famous carpenter, who used to do very, very professional work. He worked in a company. He was very, very good. And for years and years, he aced every job he had. The boss loved him. Everybody loved him. He used to literally do like the bridges and the huge buildings and all the complex structures, etc. Okay? One day his wife comes over and says, honey. He says, that's not my name. My name is Joe, sweetie. She's like, that's not my name, right? Anyway, he says, honey, I think it's time to retire. And maybe let's move somewhere and start our retirement together, and like no more working, no more the hands, coming back with the black and the whatnot, right? He's like, retire? I'm the best guy in the crew, you know what I'm saying? How could I retire? She says, no, I think you should retire. He's like, I don't know. She's like, I'll retire. He's like, oh, okay, whatever. So he goes to the boss and he says, boss. He says, that's not my name. Whatever, Joe, right? And he says, I wanna retire. My wife is pressuring me, and it's time. He's like, whoa, balt, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you cannot retire. I need time to think about this. Like, what? You're the top guy. Like, people only come to me because you're part of my crew. You know what I'm saying? No. He's like, you have to think about, like, when I'm retiring. You don't have to think about that. I'm retiring. He says, give me one day. Tell me tomorrow. And he leaves. The next day comes back and says, okay, so it's tomorrow and I'm retiring. He says, okay, there's one more job I need you to do before you retire, and then I won't give you any problems. One more job. It doesn't be the most complicated job you've ever done, the most expensive, the most beautiful, everything glamorous. I need you to accept this job. He's like, my wife is not going to go for it. I'll pay you double, I'll pay you triple, you know what I'm saying? No, yes, no, yeah. Dude, you're right. No, that didn't happen. But anyways, they get into a fight. He goes back to the wife and he says, wife, should we do it? Wife, it's not my name, The whole thing, on the floor also, and the wife is bleeding. Picks her up, hospital, bandage, get back, finally goes back. Okay, I'll take the job. The wife says, you can take the job, but if you take the job, do it fast. So he got that hammer, right? And he started doing the job like you've never seen before. All right, he does the job. Now this is a 2-year job. What do you mean retiring 2 years later? It's good. Yeah, that's what it was. A beautiful, magnificent structure and all that stuff. And he does it in
6 months.
6 months. How'd you know? He did it in 6 months. 6 months, he's done the entire thing. Goes to the boss, and he's like, boss, I'm done. He's like, you're done? How could you be done? This is a 2-year job. He says, I'm finished. What should I tell you? Kach hata, you know what I'm saying? So the boss goes to the structure, he looks at it. The whole thing is like this. For those who are listening and not viewing it, it's just gonna be weird. But anyways, the whole thing's on the side. You go inside, you can only walk on the steps if you're on the left side of the steps. And you can only this, and the outlets don't work, and the whole thing is just a balagan, nothing functions. He's like, this is the job. He says, listen, I really wanted to retire, and I don't know. He's like, what happened to your voice? Sorry, I wanted to retire. And this is what it was, the pressure was on, and that's what I did. That's it, I rushed it. So he says, okay, I'm very sorry to tell you this, but here's the keys. This house is yours. When you told me you wanted to retire, I had so much hakaras hatov. I was so thankful for all the work you've done for me for so many years that I wanted to build you the most magnificent house on the house. I wanted to pay for your entire job. And the guy's like, what? He's like, yeah, this is the house for you. This is your gift. So he looks in the house. I'm like, he can't find the door. You know what I'm saying? There's no door. Like, he made no door. So he goes back to his wife. And we're going to hold the story right there. Anyways, that's the mashal. What's the nimshal? The nimshal is, whether it's dan l'kaf schus, whether it's any mitzvah, the mitzvah of tznius, the mitzvah of this, the mitzvah of that, al Talmud Torah, first seder, second seder, night seder, eating, brachas, asher yatzar, hadlakas neros, whatever the mitzvah may be. When we get up to the next world, and it was hard for us to do it was hard to be dan l'kaf schus, it was a hard situation, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to look at us and be like, here is your key. Everything you did in this world was for you. It was for your time. It was for your pleasure.